At what age did you start to understand money?
Great question. Probably when I saw my mom and dad fighting when I was 4.
There's no way, John.
I knew it was about money.
So it's like...
You know if you give a kid, you know you give a kid a bank account in kindergarten with $100 in it, it's 75% more likely to graduate from college? Kindergarten.
Yeah, but understanding the value of money and understanding money is two different things.
Oh yeah, no, okay. So I wasn't financially literate.
Yeah, so for you, like, I mean, if I give my 8-year-old...
I'm still learning, brother.
For sure. If I give my 8-year-old son or 9-year or 19-year-old son, you know, $100.
Give him some stock.
Knowing what I know now, I'm not going to spend that money the same way. I'm going to use that money as leverage to get what my ultimate goal is. At what age for you did that switch and you say, hey, hold on. You mean to tell me I don't even have to use my actual cash that's in the bank? I can leverage that to get more money for a bigger goal.
I was probably 40.
Okay.
And so when I understood rich, I was 40-ish. When I understood wealthy, I was about 50.
Wow.
I just turned 59. So I'm just constantly learning. I mean, my friends now are, I mean, I have a lot of billionaire friends.
Yes, sir.
And I listen to them all the time. And I watch them. They're just built differently. They're wired differently. One of my billionaire friends was like, I brought him a business proposal from another friend of mine. And he's like, so I'm like, I was telling him why it was such a great deal for him. And he cursed me out. We were friends, so it was a loving cursing out. He's like, John, I don't want to make any more money. I don't want to make any more money. It's a pain in the ass. Right? I got to pay income tax on it.
Oh my God.
This is so deep now.
I'm sorry for cutting you off, but go
No,
ahead.
go ahead, no.
No, you got to pay what?
He said, I got to pay income tax on it at the highest rate. He said, I'd rather have capital gains. This is such a deep conversation. Like, and I didn't really realize this until I sold a company. When I sold a company, and my tax bill could have been $8 million, but because my tax people knew how to structure it as capital gains, my tax bill was actually $3 or $4 million. And then I made a charitable contribution where they would get it down a little further. I'm like, oh, click. So most of the people say, okay, the wealthy people don't pay taxes. Technically true. They don't pay income tax. Please pay attention. So when you go to work, you get, W-2 income.
Yes, sir.
You're an employee.
A contractor.
Right. No. Well, the 1099.
Well, 1099. I'm sorry.
So,
W-2 is.
Yeah, you're an entrepreneur, so you know 1099.
Yes, sir.
But if you're a traditional employer, your employees are taking it. People watching this, most of them are W-2 employees. They get W-2. Are you lighting a cigarette because I'm boring you? Or are you just cool?
I'm lighting a cigar because you have my undivided attention.
Okay, all right, cool. So, money can be boring. I try to make it interesting, but to me, I'm just fascinated with this. So if you're doing a W-2, you may end up paying 38, 35, 38, 40, 42% of your income in taxes, depending on how you deal with it. But if you are smart and you don't take an income and you take a risk as an entrepreneur and you build a company and then you sell it, or you build some real estate and then you sell it. You build this company and you don't take a salary and then you sell it in 5 years. The windfall of that is called a capital gain. You pay 20% taxes, not 40. So the 70% of all of the taxes in this country are wealthy, paying taxes in capital gains and other forms. They don't pay income tax. So that's technically true that when Warren Buffett says my secretary pays more income tax than I do, it's technically true because she is a W-2 employee. I hope that made some sense.
No, I'm gonna make it make sense because this is what people. I asked that question because for me,
I hate income tax. I hate W-2. I'm in love with capital gains taxes now. But go ahead.
I asked that question because here I am. I'm 35 years old, and I can honestly say I did not start to understand money until I was 32.
Well, you're ahead of me because it was when I really started sending. As I told you, I was about 40, and I've been at this. I'm supposedly the whatever. I mean, I created financial literacy policy for the federal government, working as an advisor to 3 U.S. presidents, Republican and Democrat.
Yeah.
But I just like the light didn't completely come on until 19 years ago. So you're ahead of your time.
So to that point, for me, that income tax, right now, as we shift this talk,
and everybody should pay their taxes, by the way.
No, it's not.
I'd rather owe I don't know, my mama's, murdering cousin than to owe the IRS. Al Capone didn't get caught for murder and mayhem.
He got
caught for tax evasion.
Yes.
Like, pay your taxes, because that's where the police get paid, that's where your teachers get paid, that's where the schools get paid, all your infrastructure, your lights, the roads, that's all, the city of Atlanta, Mayor Andre Dickens can't do anything without
tax-paying dollars. But I say that to say,
which allows us to make more money, by the way.
For me understanding real business and how money works, right? Educating myself, well, first off, being curious to understand, like, hold on, you mean to tell me I literally made the money that I made, and I'm seeing different taxes come in, different taxes come out, and I'm saying,
Cam, hold on a minute, I'm upset. I'm a little offended. Every time I watch your show, there's liquor's flowing, and it's got your cognac, you got your this, you got that. I don't drink, and I said I love water, and I got nothing. I mean, my self-esteem is affected.
Okay, so I'm glad you said that, Mr. John, because for the people that are watching this, they should not take offense, or you should not take offense, because before you sat down, I clearly asked you, did you want anything?
You did. He did.
So you said no. I'm fine. I have water.
I have my own water,
which is in close proximity.
I just want it in a pretty glass.
Well, you never said that. You got to be extremely direct.
No, with you had to be extremely specific.
No. You used the word and you said you got to be intentional.
Intentional, exactly.
So there you go.
There you go. My man pays attention.
Like, come on now.
Which is why he's Cam Newton.
Like, I'm just here. I look some dumb, I ain't plumb dumb. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was born at night, not last night.
Not last night.
Right.
But to that point of garnering a lot of capital that we do not know, you said it's best that you pay tax. It's not best for nothing. You're going to have to pay taxes regardless.
Right. Don't pay it more than you should, but pay what you owe.
The education of you understanding how taxes and how money works will now allow you to find, it's a shady way of saying it, but finding the loopholes of trying to pay.
It's not shady. You want to find a great tax professional.
Yes, sir.
And make sure that your tax pro and your attorney are not going to the club and partying with you.
Right.
You want somebody boring. Right? You want somebody who's an expert in that area who ain't trying to be part of your hanging crew. But find somebody who's really good. I use Aprio. It's a firm here in Atlanta for my accountancy. They're absolutely excellent. They know they keep track of all the changes in the tax code. And I have a bookkeeper, I have an accountant, I have a chief financial officer, I have a controller. And I have a chief accountant, and I have an auditor. These are all part of my financial deal, and I'm the financial literacy pro. But I assume I don't know, because I don't keep track of everything in that level. I'm not interested in keeping track in that level of details, but they do.
Right.
And I want them to make sure I'm paying what I owe, but no more. So if there is a loophole, if there's some tax advantage, I want every piece of it.
Right.
So it's just finding the balance. Like most things in life are balanced. Drugs that are prescribed are good for you. Alcohol in moderation, wine will lower your blood pressure. Like things in moderation are good, but just don't want to overdo it. And you definitely don't want to get on the wrong side of the IRS. IRS really is your business partner, actually.
Yeah. You can bring it in.
We got the rule of law here in the United States of America that's better than any country in the world. That's why we're a flight to quality for capital anywhere in the world. And when I had to pay this is the brilliant lady I was saying is the president. Now see that she don't mind. This is the president of his whole situation.
El Presidente. Now that's a first. That right there is.
The boss lady came and poured some water. No self-esteem problem.
Let me tell you something. Shit, since we keep it, that's a motherfucking first right there. You feel me? So for Kristen Myers, extreme brilliant person who's provided a lot of value, not only in this business but for me personally, to come, do that is
Respect.
But
It's mutual, by the way.
to that point, it's
So
ahead.
no, but this point about taxes is really important. So again, without getting too much into my business, I got hit with this one tax bill, and I owed the state of Georgia about $1 million, as I call. By the way, this was the lowest of my tax. I had to pay the state and I had to pay the federal.
Yeah.
It was between $800,000 and $1 million.
Those are two completely separate taxes, ladies and gentlemen. State tax, federal tax, two different tax. When you are in the NFL or in any type of professional, just real quick, you have to pay state taxes for every single state that you play in.
Every time you play a game.
So we get paid every week, but what we think it's not getting taken out. That's federal tax. But when they come back and ask for the state tax of San Francisco, hey, the state tax of Los Angeles, you probably had to play the LA Chargers, you had to play the San Francisco 49ers, you had to play the Detroit Lions. All those cities and states are coming for their state taxes.
100%. And I hope you just paid attention to what he just said. And by the way, the NFL is unique amongst professional sports franchises because you get paid for only the games that you play. So his value of his contract, unless he negotiated it or whoever, is the bonus plus how many games you play. Now, Cam probably negotiated a really special deal for himself, but a lot of these players, they think that because you sign a $10 million deal, they can go spend $10 million.
Man.
You get hurt in the middle of the season.
They're not obligated to pay.
Not.
Or if you get hurt doing something that's not associated with your sport, I don't know if you, I'll give you a quick history about that in specifics.
Well, hold on, Cam. I gotta because I want to hear this whole story about this. This is where you're going to teach me.
Go ahead.
But I just want to finish this story about when I paid this $800,000 to $1 million.
Go ahead.
I was driving down my street, and I live in the country, and I ran over some potholes. Guess what I did? I instantly wrote a letter. Mayors, the governor, the city council, fix these potholes. Because now it's like, I just paid you guys $800,000. No, this is exactly what this is supposed to be for. So now I'm taking this personal. When you start owning a property, everything becomes personal. When you start paying taxes, you start noticing your schools and your roads and your gutters and all that, the lights and the police. Police work for you. So anyway, by the way, they fixed the potholes.
Yeah.
But I took that personal. I wrote the letter. I wasn't talking about somebody else. I was talking about me.
Yeah.
And when you become nobody washes rental cars. You dry that mug and you get dirty and you take it back to the owner because you don't own it. When you own something, it changes the endorphins in your brain.